The game I'm reviewing today has many flashing lights, often filling the screen from a dark background. If you're sensitive to such things, please consider skipping this one, or at the very least, watch in a well-lit room. Felicitous greetings, fellow Fanatics. I'm Adam the Fanatic, also known as Mario Fanatic 15, and today we're going to be taking a look at Princess Remedy in a World of Hurt and Princess Remedy 2 in a Heap of Trouble, both by Ludosity Games. Both these games are pretty short, so I decided I'd go ahead and just look at both of them together. Plus, the first game is permanently free, so there's no reason for you not to try it out. Released in 2014, Princess Remedy is a retro-inspired title made to invoke the feeling of the ZX Spectrum. Now, let me be clear here. I've never actually played a ZX. It was already waning in popularity by the time I was born, and beyond that, it never took off here in the States like it did across the pond. So I can't comment on how accurately it manages this. Nevertheless, I've never been one to shy away from a well-done retro aesthetic, and well done it is. Despite the bulkiness of the graphics involved, you can generally tell what everything is, though there are certainly times you'll ask why it is. Nonetheless, the bulky sprites with limited blocks of 16 colors do a good job of working with the limitations they have. My only real complaint graphically is that sometimes the game can feel cluttered when you get a battle with a lot of enemies, making it rather difficult to track what's going on in such cases. The story is not the selling point of the game, but it has a lot of tongue-in-cheek and self-referential humor. You take on the role of the eponymous Princess Remedy and travel around Hurtland attempting to heal its denizens of their myriad of strange afflictions. And by strange afflictions, well, just listen to some of these. I suffer from the stub toe affliction. I suffer from a severe case of death. I am incredibly buff and handsome. Is that contagious? Asking for a friend. Whenever you encounter someone that's ill, you'll enter healing mode, which is where we get to the meat of the game. At its heart, it's a shmup where you'll automatically fire in whatever direction you're facing. You also have flasks of potions, which you can lob like grenades to hit enemies in a small radius for large damage. Dodge bullets, dodge enemies, and blast away the disease. For each victory, you'll gain a heart which adds to your HP. In addition to gaining HP from battle, you'll also find other upgrades and treasure chests hidden throughout the game. These will increase the number of flasks you can use in a fight, the rate at which you regenerate health in battle, the number of shots you fire at once, and the power of each individual shot. On that last note, the power of your shots also changes the type of projectile you fire, starting with bandages, advancing to pills, syringes, bursts of magic, and finally tiaras. Wait a minute. Tiaras are a type of crown. Corona means crown. So if you're fighting disease with crowns...
I use the stones to destroy the stones.
At the end of the game, you have a single boss fight that's clearly meant to be reminiscent of the battle against Kefka. Did Final Fantasy VI ever receive a fan demake for the ZX Spectrum? It's a pretty short title, especially if you play on normal difficulty. You can definitely beat it in under an hour if you know what you're doing, and even your first time through, I doubt it'll take you more than 2. After receiving overwhelmingly positive reviews on Steam, Ludosity decided to release a second game. Less than 2 years later, in 2016, Princess Remedy 2 in Heap of Trouble was released on Steam. The two games are largely the same, so I'm really just going to touch on the areas where they differ. In Princess Remedy 2, which despite the numbering is a prequel, the formula remains largely the same. This time around, you don't automatically regenerate health in battle, but instead you now have a drain stat which will allow you to regain health by dealing damage. So you'll have to be a bit more aggressive this time if you want to stay alive. Arguably the biggest change, after healing someone, or something, you can now date them. And when I say something, well, just look. She's literally dating a treasure chest there. I guess it's a step up from the door? No, really, that's an option too. This will cause him to follow you around on the map and can change your special attack. You can change the way your potion flasks act, or even replace them altogether with something else, such as giving your shots homing capabilities for a short period of time, or erasing all the bullets on screen at once. Finally, this time around there's more boss fights. Whereas the first game only had one, this time around you have several, each with their own unique patterns. This helps to feel a bit less repetitive than the first game, though with how short they are, it's hard to find the repetition of law to begin with. Still, more variety is always welcome, and they're pretty fun to overcome. In conclusion, these are rather enjoyable little shmup titles, and the light RPG elements are a lot of fun as well. The difficulty options allow for beginners and veterans alike to be challenged. On the other hand, there are some arcade design choices here. I'm looking at you, fake walls and jealous chests, but it's hard to truly call that a fault when they're clearly meant to imitate an older style of game. They're also very short. Once you know what you're doing, you can definitely do one of them in a single sitting unless you're dying a lot. Since they're both so similar, and you only have to pay for the second game anyways, I'm going to treat them as a single title and give Princess Remedy a solid 7.8 out of 10. If you're interested in downloading Princess Remedy in a World of Hurt or purchasing its prequel in a Heap of Trouble, links are included in the description. But what about you? What do you think of Princess Remedy? Do you prefer the original or the prequel? If you have any questions, remarks, or opposing points of view, leave them in the comments down below, and please remember to like, share, subscribe, and ring that bell. Until next time, farewell, fellow Fanatics. Thank you again for watching. I have plenty more to share with you if you're interested. You can click up here above my head to subscribe to my channel. You can click over here on my monitor to see the most recent video that I've worked on. Or if you prefer, you can click up here to open this mysterious vault and see what video that the YouTube algorithm has picked just for you.